It's an Eastern Conference battle in Miami as the Heat look to work the home court advantage. The NBA on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us this Sunday afternoon. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. And so the tip-off, it's Miami. Halliburton looking around. From past the arc. Gets the three-pointer to fall. All the talk.
Yo, GTF, when you get a chance, push all your computer games in the Legends League.
When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Now here's Tatum. Following the
he knows the name of the league. There's only one Legends League.
Scoring instinct, so fun to watch him work
well,
in the half court.
We scared to go to church too. That's the name of the league.
He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game.
Well, just another foray into the paint by Westbrook. Has way too much speed to keep up with him.
Nice shot by Waltz.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let-up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about.
Tonight. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't check. I gotta check it. I don't think there's that many games left, though.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And just about a minute into the first quarter. One thing you can pretty much count on with the Heat, Brent Barry, they're going to grind it out.
Yeah, this team has always been built around tenacity and toughness. Even with the big three, with LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh, there was a bit of a metamorphosis with the way LeBron approached games. Kind of being hated on was something they embraced, and that culture demands that hustle accountability and will consistently be about their culture.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. He takes it in. Oh, he jams it right over Wembanyama.
He keeps diligently working hard to try and perfect that part of his game. Westbrook can't help but to make guys look a little foolish off the bounce. Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Jones, no one around him. That three off the mark. That's tipped. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Here's Halliburton. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Athleticism showing off here for Halliburton. He gets where he needs to be. And a nice job on that drive.
Here's Westbrook. Oh, he jams it right over Wembanyama.
I know it's just two, but man, that's a nice two. Westbrook with the insane creativity. He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
Here's Wallace. A three-pointer off the mark.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And it's blocked. And they'll get another chance. Out of bounds, Nashville takes possession.
Number 12, Richard.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Outside Westbrook. Nashville, no good that time either. Now Thompson. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Back to Wembanyama. Just 4 to shoot. Over Westbrook. Wembanyama, no good.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
And now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks very much. Tyrese Halliburton is a person who's in control. He says, I want to win, so I'm just trying to figure out the right way to do that. Right now, it's get the ball in my hands and just make the right reads. I can facilitate probably better than the majority of people in the league. So that's what I want to do. I want to get my guys involved. Kevin?
He does, doesn't he, David? Every single time. And, David, we thank you for that report. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Heat. Trailing by 2. And again, it's the Heat missing.
And you watch Jason Tatum. Year to year, he is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
And Westbrook providing some emotional spark with that jam.
All the officials are all over that one.
First team foul.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Nashville.
People say the mid-range shot is dying, but so far in this one, that has not been the case for this team.
And they've sort of assumed control of this game with their pressure defensively. They've been into the ball handler. They've done a great job of swarming. So they're creating some turnovers that they're capitalizing on.
Here's Wembanyama. Good D by Jordan. Nashville leading by 5. Young for 3. Rebound by Wallace. Ball surveying the defense. Wembanyama left side. Young outside. Pass to Stackhouse. Young outside. Drives to the hoop. And it's good for 2.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Ball, no good. Young with the ball. Now guarded by Ball. Here's Jordan. And it's good, 2 points.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Here's Wembanyama. And again, it's the Heat missing. And so it's Nashville with it. They have a 9-point lead. Towns. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
There might not be a guy with more heart than Karl Anthony Towns. From his words to his actions, this is a guy who cares about the game and his fellow players.
And a new group in for the Heat. And he can't hit the second.
You know, the size, talent, and fearlessness of Towns is a lethal concoction, a prime-time player who poses many problems for the defense.
Defensive foul.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively, because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead. And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Now here's Towns. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
And Jordan sends it back.
You can't just throw up stuff like that with DeAndre Jordan lurking around.
Offensive rebound. Oh, and the jam by Towns.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
There's 10 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Young looking around. 1 second left. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Great way to end the quarter there. Team.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for Nashville, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
And there's the drive. Hamilton outside. Cutting the screen. Three-pointer. No good from Hamilton. Nashville leading by 15. Down low. And stolen by Drummond. And now running it up the court. Martin pushing it up. Finished off the break. Martin's got his first bucket in this one.
And how about the focus of Martin on the fast break? He doesn't waste the advantage he has over the defense.
A three-pointer is right on target. You know, it used to be teams hoarded their cap space to make a big splash in free agency. But, Brent, why is that less common now?
Well, really, the mechanisms for you to retain and maintain your star power has gotten easier for teams as they have gone out for big extensions to make sure that their star is shining brightest. Dare I say, Gasol, graceful on the dunk attempt? That's alliteration.
That bucket in no time at all. Martin's got 5 points now this quarter.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. And here's Young. 9 points in the game so far. It's Allen on the wing. Pass to Jones. Back to Allen. The kick out to Town. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Heat trailed by 15. Wallace outside. The three. And the rebound goes to Nashville. They led by as many as 18 points. Here's Young. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
Fires for 3. No good from Hamilton.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession.
Battier's shot. Good.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
To the middle. Here's Allen. The 3. And it's Ayton with the rebound. And so Ayton will bring it up for the Miami Heat. 15-point game. Inside, Klay Thompson.
Yeah, capable of more than just 3 balls as Klay gets to the interior that time.
Young inside. Good work there as it goes. Young's got 7 points for the quarter. And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Both teams deciding to change it up.
Substitution on the court.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Ball from long range. A rebound by Gasol. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, Commissioner Silver has been direct. The NBA is hoping for more competitive All-Star games. We've said as much before, but last year's high-scoring All-Star game did precede the league's not-so-subtle move to cut down on foul calls and allow for more defense overall. They are trying to get it right. Kevin?
And it couldn't be a great game without defense, so we like the direction. DA, thank you. It's deflected.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And Gasol slams it in.
And that kind of defense ain't gonna get it done.
Gee, we don't see those kinds of dunks out of him all the time, but we know he's got it in him.
Well, any guy can throw it down against air defending him. Plenty of room, so not so amazing. What does amaze me, though, is that no one came over to contest the play.
And great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. Might have been an easy 2 if the defense wasn't there.
And so sure of himself when shooting the basketball. Allen makes short work of that pull-up.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it. Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see them get up like that. Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Allen for 3. Martin gets the rebound.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Nashville leading by 22. Pass to Allen. Wants to get it to Westbrook and does. That one does not go. It puts him at 5 for 9 from the field.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
Russell bringing the pulse to the game tonight on the offensive end, and no signs of him slowing down.
Right side, Ball. And the rebound goes to Nashville.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
You expect Tatum to be around that 40% mark from deep. Very reliable from 3.
Pass to Gasol. And finished off by Gasol.
Assisted by.
That's a defensive breakdown. You can't let him get that deep.
Yeah, how do you let him get a lounge chair down there and be comfortable in the paint like that? Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
A wide open look for Gasol. And the 3 off target. Here's Wallace. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Nashville out in front, running away with it. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Westbrook. Wembanyama with the rebound. Well, some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
Good on the three-point shot.
Russell Westbrook has won multiple scoring titles, and you know he can go off at any time.
On the wing, Thompson. Here's Wallace. And the rebound goes to Nashville.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And here's Tatum for 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Jones from outside. Buries it from three-point range.
3.
And Jones is known to be a deadly three-point shooter. A beautiful shooting motion there on those triples.
Miami no good on that time either.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
Klay Thompson.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
For Nashville, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
Russell Westbrook.
And he makes the first.
And when Westbrook comes into a game, he really provides a jolt of energy. He's really embraced that role, and it's infectious for the rest of the team.
And Russell Westbrook drops them both.
Timeout.
Timeout called the Heat.
Timeout. It's a lot like whatever you sign another account. Yeah, whatever. It's like Ubisoft Connect and or what's the Cyberpunk 2077 one they use? Cyberverse. God or whatever. I think it is God. Yeah. So that's what handles, I think.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
Wait, what?
Miami with the ball.
I don't know. I said I haven't checked it yet.
Looking to end the run.
I said it. I said it. The ball. Shut your ass up. I said it. The ball all us. You came in here.
Getting in the lane.
I don't know.
They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Here's Westbrook. He's got 18. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good from Gasol. Now the Heat with it. Tatum wide open. He fires one. That drops. Nice feed that time from Wembanyama.
This is why Tatum is a volume three-point shooter, because he knows how accurate he can be.
Outside, Gasol. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Gasol's got 9.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Here's Wembanyama. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Wembanyama's got his first basket of the night. Here's Allen. And it's Allen slamming it down.
Gotta love the overall court awareness. Gasol always knows when there's a wide open teammate ready to shoot, and sometimes makes a dribble to set defenders up before delivering.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Timeout called, Nashville.
Dance team in the NBA, your Miami Heat Dancers.
And so Westbrook will bring it up for Nashville. Into the lane. Oh!
Westbrook.
Love it. Russell Westbrook, full attack mode right now and taking no prisoners.
Pass to Wallace. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And the rebound goes to Nashville.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Nashville passing it around. Outside, Gasol. Over to the left wing. Kicks it out to Wagner. Puts up a deep three. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. And it's Miami's ball. It's stolen by Allen. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Nashville.
I like how simple they are just keeping things on offense. I mean, the mid-range area has been made available, and boy, are they taking advantage.
Well, we've also seen them being very aggressive down in the paint. All game long, they've been hunting down those inside points.
The NBA has always been a star-driven league, Greg, and that's reflected in team strategies now more than ever before.
It is. All over the league, teams now building their systems around their stars, surrounding them with complementary players and running the offense through them as much as possible. A generational talent for Wembanyama. The sky is the limit and the reality.
And it's sent back by Wallace. Pass to Wembanyama. And the rebound goes to Nashville. Wagner outside. Here's Reed. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Checking in for the away team, DeAndre Jordan.
And so here is Miami. Here's Halliburton. And the rejection by Towns. Here's Stackhouse. Nashville, no good that time either. Outside Tatum. On target from 3-point range. 1:43 left in the third quarter. There's Wagner with the three. GA, when you look at the development of Franz Wagner, what now is the next step for him?
Kevin, for me, it's the three-point shooting, specifically becoming more efficient out there. And I also think he's going to have to become a better passer, ball mover. I got total confidence he'll get there because the rest of his game is complete.
Haliburton with the bucket.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Young outside. Here he goes. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Here's Tatum.
Timeout.
It's rebounded by Jordan. And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Both teams changing it up here. 41 seconds left in the third quarter. Young outside. Can they get it? Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pass the ball. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the third. Towns, high post. Over ball. And that one's good. Towns. 7 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct. Just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now trying to put this one away.
And as we conclude, and there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Miami Heat. Pass to Martin. And the league clearly focused on making regular season games matter. Do you think more steps are coming?
Well, let's give the league credit because they've left no stone unturned. The play-in, the in-season tournament, the 65 games rule, all implemented with that in mind.
Now, here is Young. Left side, Jones. Trying to find Towns. Gets it to him. And Towns throws it down.
And forget those threes. Cat, get the easy one.
And it's Ball penetrating. Kept alive. Goes back up. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
They get Paul Gasol. That free throw, no good. And the NBA is truly an international league. I mean, look no further than DeAndre Ayton, hailing from the Bahamas.
Well, you love that him and Buddy Hield carrying the torch for their home country. Ayton is actually the second first overall pick from the Bahamas, the first one being the great Michael Thompson.
Here's Westbrook. Nashville passing it around. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And it's the size and mobility of Towns that makes it so hard to deal with, especially when he's looking to score.
Anthony Towns.
And Towns drops them both.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
Pass to Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
The big guy going up and trying to rip that rim off.
Ray Allen is on the wing. Jones for 3. Miami grabs the miss. Three-pointer, Martin. And Westbrook pulls it down. Towns with it. And it's Martin picking him up. Here's Jones. The kick out to Towns. In recent history, GA, we've seen some so-called redshirt rookies really thrive in their first season.
Oh, great call, partner. Blake Griffin, Joel Embiid, Chet Holmgren, the latest, were all forced to sit out their first year, but they got to be around the team, soak up as much knowledge as possible, and you can't really argue with the result.
Willis Reed.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Ayton inside.
Well, you're lagging. You can take the win. It's fine. Hopefully they gave it to you. Did the game count? I'll give it to you.